What's going on, guys? It's Manny King here, and today's video is going to be another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. I'm actually going to show you guys two Moab streaks today, because the first one's a little bit too short. I think it's a little bit over 2 minutes, but I do have a lot that I wanted to talk about, so I'm only going to be able to hit very few, but the next video I'll just continue talking about what I want to talk about. So without wasting any more time, let's hop right into it. And I will say really quickly, I'm going to be very sporadic. I'm just going to be jumping from one subject to the next. So let's start with the PlayStation 4. So at Gamescom, they showed some of the UI for it. It's basically a modified cross media bar, the XMB, that is on PS3 right now, which I gotta say I'm happy with that. I know that the Xbox, it's had a very nice dashboard. It's very sleek looking. It looks nice. I like the dashboard, but I've always liked the simplicity of the cross media bar, so I like that they're keeping it also and just adding a little bit more into it. But they interviewed Shuhei Yoshida today. He's the president of the Worldwide Studios at Sony, and I'm probably butchering his name. I don't know. I hope I didn't. But they interviewed him today about the UI, and he had some pretty interesting things to say. A lot of things we already knew about the fact that the PS4, all games allow you to take screenshots, and I think all of them allow you to record videos from it. But I think developers can restrict certain parts of the game to allow you to make video. I think, like, if you're at the final boss, they restrict you from making a video about it if the developer chooses to. So I think all of this might have been known, but something that caught my eye was the friend list is now at 2,000 people for the PlayStation 4. That's actually pretty crazy. I already have a full friend list, and sometimes I don't really remember who I added, and so it's kind of hard to really know who I want to bring into the party, because I really don't know some of the people on my friend list. So now that the limit is up to 2,000, that's going to be pretty crazy. I know that they said that you can actually have real names on the PlayStation 4, but it is optional, so you can choose not to do that. I'm probably going to do that only with a certain amount of friends, like the people that I'm really close to, some of the people that already know my name anyways. But yeah, it's pretty interesting how they're going to go about with the UI. It seems like they're really social media focused, so that was pretty interesting. And another thing on Sony's side, Jim Ryan, which he's the Sony, I guess, CEO for Europe's division, and or he's the president for the Europe division for Sony. He said that they're discussing releasing a PS4 plus Vita bundle. That's pretty interesting. The Vita is going to be pretty interesting for the PS4 due to the fact that remote play is going to allow you to play any PS4 game on the Vita. So I feel like that would be really awesome. I really hope that they release it in the United States, Europe, pretty much everywhere. It would be pretty nice if they do end up releasing that, and I would hope that's probably at like a $500 price point. Even though I have a Vita already, having a PS4 Vita bundle would be pretty sweet. So let's hop over to the Xbox One side now. So the Xbox One, it hasn't really released any more information recently. I was really hoping for a release date at PAX. I think PAX is over, so I don't believe that there's a release date out yet. I'm pretty sure I would have expected one by now, but I have no idea where they would release it. Maybe at the Tokyo Game Show, which I think it's in September, since we're already in September, but I think it's next week. I could be wrong there. I probably should have Googled before this video, but it would be really strange if they release a release date at Tokyo Game Show, especially for the fact that Tokyo, it's a very huge Sony market, so I don't know if they would release it there. A lot of speculation are saying that Microsoft might release it in the first day or the first game of the NFL season, like there will be a commercial there. That would be pretty smart, especially the fact that the NFL and Microsoft are in this huge deal with each other, so that would be pretty awesome. But the Xbox One, a worker at Microsoft, his name is his name was shown here, but now I can't even find it. But they did say that the Xbox One was almost called Xbox Infinity, and my god, I remember when I saw that name, I actually thought it was a pretty good name. And when the Xbox One came out, I was like, what? Why didn't they choose Infinity? I thought that was a way better name than the Xbox One. But oh well, I mean, we're just gonna have to get used to calling it the One. I used to call the original Xbox the One, basically, but now I'm basically gonna just have to call that the original Xbox and just call this Xbox eventually. Yeah, I mean, I usually just call 360 360. I never really use the full name, so I'm hoping I don't end up having to just call it, hey, let's go play the One. that sounds a little bit weird. It would have been awesome to have it called Infinity, but well. So the next thing I was going to talk about the Xbox One. It's kind of a small little feature, but I thought it was pretty awesome. Is the fact that their mute button on their headset, it lights up. If you're muted, it lights up to show you that you're muted. I cannot tell you how often it happens to me, or it used to happen to me, because now my Astro's mute button, it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I would have loved to know that it doesn't work, because there was one time I was watching a basketball game and then something happened. I ended up yelling into my mic and everyone in my party was like, what's going on? But yeah, I really feel like that's a pretty awesome feature, at the fact that it just lights up. I know maybe some third-party headsets might do this already. I know my old Turtle Beach used to actually beep when I was muted. Every 15 minutes it would do a little beep to let me know that I was muted. But I think it's pretty cool, because there are so many times where we might be in a game, a friend might be talking for like 10-15 minutes until he realizes that he was muted himself. So I don't know, it's pretty small, but I think it's a pretty good feature. It's really cool. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to be able to talk about today. I did want to kind of talk about Grand Theft Auto a little bit, especially on the fact, well, I have a little bit more. I'll just really quickly say what I have about Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto is coming out this month, but the multiplayer isn't going to come out until October. So that was pretty interesting. I think it comes out October 1st. Let me Google this really quick. I won't be able to. Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer. Comes out when? You're not telling me when, Google. Why aren't you telling me? This doesn't tell me anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that it's October 1st, and yeah, it doesn't lock out. Okay, October 1st. So well, that was weird. My mic randomly turned off. But like I was saying, Grand Theft Auto 5, the multiplayer is not coming out till October 1st. So it's kind of a little bit disappointing that I won't be able to hop into that awesome multiplayer until October. But I feel like it's a good thing that they're doing, at the fact that a lot of people, they might just skip into multiplayer. But I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5, the story is going to be really good. So I actually think this is a pretty good move by Rockstar. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload any videos on the single player, but when the multiplayer is available, I will probably upload some on that. So the gameplay is already going to come to an end, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.